Hello guys, this is Yordan and it's time for us to do another weekly review. First one, oil. Oil was more or less a fantastic mover during the past period, and due to the way delta works, which is H4 time frame as the minimum for the pattern plus M15 and M30, finally managed to get a trade here, and this is where the setup happened. This one pushed lower and it actually delivered the profits. Now let's go to the chart and see what happened here. So this is where the setup appeared, and the idea behind this one is very simple. So first of all, we have the push from the highs, right? Something like that being developed, structures and so on. Bottom line is there is no divergence against. First thing, delta pattern appears. This is the second thing, and then this zone forms. Once that zone was broken right here, that low, okay, that low was broken, we simply retested and continued lower, and this is exactly where the entry came during the retest. The next thing we should be talking about here is the previous swing, which means usually we want to be trading right here, right? Once the pullback starts, we want to be trading at the very end of this pullback. In this case, the pullback ended, the move started, first leg pullback, second leg starts to develop, breakout of the previous low, and we're still above the previous low here, which means once I drop to the lower time frames, I think that was the 15-minute chart entry, right? Yeah, right here. So once we come here, and this is my entry, if I go ahead and count, we have approximately 140 for the stop loss, and versus the swing low we have 180, let's say, right? So that gives me more than enough room for target one at least to be reached, and if we come to this zone, form the divergence, and the price starts pushing upwards, no problem, because I have room to collect from the first target. All right, so this is basically the logic here, and overall the trade, the process behind this trade, the process of analyzing it. Euro dollar, as mentioned, is wrong, okay, unless I'm not able to understand it, but this is on the 12th, and the software here is also giving a bug for some reason, which the trader didn't spot, and I need to figure out who took this trade, but basically that was the breakout zone, so that might as well be a losing trade for what I care and understand. This is where this trade happened, okay, right here on this push to the upside, and as we can see, the overall trend is absolutely bearish. There is no doubt about that. The only thing we have here is this Fibonacci, and again, whatever the reason is, I consider this trade as not valid at all, and I'm like pure luck, in my opinion, for this trade to be scoring profits. It could have been as easily dropping lower, because as we can see, look at this massive trend to the downside, and if anything, it only makes sense for us to be selling here. So again, I would put it to the luck side, but mistakes do happen, guys. It's inevitable. That's why we have stops. So even if it would turn out to be a loser, we are limited, and it's not a huge thing as long as, you know, we don't repeat it again and try to avoid such mistakes. Next one comes from the indices. And here we have an entry on the 30-minute chart along with the 4-hour chart. You know my view for indices and sales, but in these extraordinary conditions, I would say, right, because of the coronavirus and the recession which is hitting at the moment, sales do make a lot of sense. This one would be somewhat aggressive due to the 3 waves up, which means 2 waves down, and possible continuation upwards is something for us to consider. In this case, this is not considered to be a double wave simply because there is no confirmation on the indicator. And what else can we say here? Let's check out the higher time frames. This is where the entry was delivered, right? This is the high, this is the breakout and the push lower. Let's go to the 4-hour chart where no divergence is present. Clearly we got the pullback, almost filled the gap, not entirely but almost filled the gap, and since this is where the entry was delivered, the breakout, it was taken, right? The sell was taken, and you can see what followed afterwards. So indices overall remain bearish, and it's not just about delta, it's, in my opinion, the overall idea here, fundamental idea, let's say, analysis and the direction. So I would be focusing on sales and sales alone. On the lower time frames, of course, you can make combinations. So let's say for our chart with 15-minute chart, if H4 starts delivering some sort of bullish pullbacks, right, then you can be scalping buys. But overall, I don't think the mess which is happening at the moment is going to be finished anytime soon. So again, the sales make much more sense in my opinion. All right, so that's all, guys. For any questions, of course, use the Telegram group or the comments below. Do not forget to check out our free Telegram channel, the links to which you can find below this video. So stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.